In this video, we'll explain how a computer works, the processor, the memory, as well as the hard drive. We will also teach you how to select the correct memory, as well as how to install it once you've purchased it in this video. Welcome, TMDDTM viewers, to another episode of Things My Dad Didn't Teach Me. Through various videos, we'll be upgrading multiple types of MacBooks, so be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Let's talk about how computers work. You have a processor that's like a chef in the kitchen. You have RAM that's like a pantry, and you actually have a hard drive that's like a grocery store. It doesn't matter how good the chef is or how fast he can prepare the meal if he doesn't actually have all the ingredients that he actually needs. He needs to be able to grab those ingredients from the nearest pantry. So if you happen to have a small pantry, aka very small memory, he then has to go all the way to the grocery store, which is the hard drive, to actually obtain the groceries that he actually needs. So the trip to the grocery store or searching the pantry for the items in order to make the meal is what makes the response so slow. So let's recap that. The processor wants to perform. It's going to first go to the RAM memory to look for information in order to do its function. If it doesn't see what it's looking for in RAM, it's going to then go to the hard drive. So the larger the hard drive, the more items that can be stored. The larger the RAM, the more items that can be stored locally. So the reason we want to upgrade our RAM is we want to upgrade our local storage so that when the chef is ready to actually do its job, it can perform it faster because he doesn't have to run to the grocery store in order to complete the job. So the reason you upgrade your hard drive is because you want a larger grocery store, although it may not actually be closer at hand, but it is more available to you. So you want an unlimited space to store any types of ingredients you desire to actually have for any recipe you want to put together. So now you understand how we improve performance by increasing our memory. Now we need to determine exactly what RAM memory we need specifically for this MacBook Pro that we're looking to upgrade. So select the Apple, then go to About This Mac. Now you'll see here under memory, we only have 4 gigabytes of memory. We want to upgrade that to 16. So select System Report. In here, look for Model Identifier. You see MacBook Pro 9.2. So we want the memory that aligns with MacBook Pro 9.2. So now I'm going to click on Storage and show you the size of the grocery store. So as you can see here, I have 500 gigabytes at my grocery store, but I'm actually going to upgrade that to 1 terabyte. So I'm going to double the size of my grocery store here real soon. Not in this video, but in another one. So be sure to check that one out. Now notice here when I select memory, it shows that I have 2 individual 2 gigabyte memory cards in my MacBook Pro here. What we're going to do is put 2 8 gigabyte cards into each of those slots. So now you can get online and actually search for the memory you need for your computer. So notice here there are multiple types of model IDs under the MacBooks. Again, I'm looking for the MacBook Pro 9.2. I was able to find mine for $82.99 for 16 gigabytes of RAM. Now let's talk about how we actually install the RAM into the computer. So you see here, these are the actual 2 cards, both 8 gigabytes for a cumulative sum of 16 gigabytes. What are you going to need? We're going to first need to remove all these screws. We're going to use a PH00 screwdriver. I highly recommend that you guys go ahead and purchase a tech toolkit. I got a 15-piece tech toolkit set that I'm actually using here. If you're going to continue to do jobs on these Macs, you want to have the right tools. Let's go ahead and take a look at the RAM here, where you see these blue cards here. These are actually going to be the cards we're going to replace. First thing you want to do, disconnect the battery here. I have a pry tool here, so I'm being very gentle not to disrupt the pins that are actually in there, nor rip the wiring. So be very gentle. Also notice that I have nitrile gloves on. I don't want to create any sort of static response to my laptop. So I recommend getting some sort of static-free gloves to do the job. So right here you'll see that there are 2 clips, one on each side of these cards. You're just going to push those back, slide them back, and it'll pop right up. Very simple. Pull those back, be gentle, and it pops right up. One on each side, pull it back. That's the first card. Now we have the second card. Pull those same clips again, it'll pop up. And again, you're going to slide this second card out. Again, be very gentle. If you can't get your hand under there, then slide it back from the sides. Now that we've actually removed the old memory cards, we're going to put the new ones in. So this is an 8 GB memory card. You want to make sure you align that with the slot. You can't put it in the wrong way. There is a gap that only allows you to put this in the correct way, so don't force it. So there is an upper slot and a lower slot. You want to put this first card into the lower slot. Be gentle with it. Make sure you push it in and snap it into the very bottom. All right, we're done. Now you grab the second card. You're going to do the exact same thing in the second slot, just above it. Slide it in, push it forward, and snap this thing directly in over the top. Now be very gentle. Never try to force any of this. If it doesn't go, it means it's not lined up correctly. But you will want to hear that click. All right, so it's that easy, guys. We've just replaced the memory. So now you want to go ahead and reconnect the battery. Be gentle again. Don't force that. If it's not going in smoothly, again, that means the pins aren't lined up correctly. So be sure to make sure the pins are lined up before you try to apply any pressure. So we're good to go. Now we're just going to put the top back on it, or I should say the bottom back on it. Now we're just going to put the bottom back on it, put the 10 screws back in. Now remember, the top 3 screws are longer than the remaining 7. We're done, guys. Now we just want to get this system to perform. Cut it on, flip it over. There's no reprogramming that you have to do or anything. It is literally plug and chug. Take the old ones out, put the new ones in. And you're going to have local memory so that your chef can grab the information that much faster. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Things My Dad Didn't Teach Me. Be sure to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell so that you can get the latest episodes of Things My Dad Didn't Teach Me. God bless.